Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. My apologies for the little delays. Every now and again, YouTube is kind of stupid and is like, derp, I don't understand what's going on. And in the process of changing all the settings, the poor little kitty ran away. I'm sure I can just shake this little bag of temptations and he'll come running back. So we will see the kitty eventually. You might just need to wait until the end of the stream. Maybe he'll pop up in the middle. But yeah, I've been noticing lately the YouTube's entire platform is just going weird at times, and so hopefully we are good. I'm gonna monitor here, make sure everything stays looking good, like everything was good. It was like I'm just not accepting it, so I had to change to a different type of stream that I don't like to do. Hopefully everything works out just fine, and but we'll see. Let's see. Let's jump on over to our comments. Fedora versus Manjaro. Let's see, Mark, how's it going there? Both are powerful distros, still prefer Manjaro for several reasons. I still consider Fedora a bit raw, manual, and not user-friendly, as it could be, too floss-orientated, yes. Fedora is excellent, but I agree about it being manual. Manjaro practically gives everything to the user, GUI to install drivers, complex language packs, kernel, etc., etc. Codecs come pre-installed, can boot in the distro using proprietary drivers. Arch is Manjaro made easy. Yes. This one actually came because somebody asked me to do Arch versus Fedora, and I thought about this going, like, what do you mean by Arch? And I wasn't going to build out an Arch just to test building out Arch versus Fedora, because there's really not a lot of comparison there. And then I looked at, do we use Manjaro? Do we use Arco? Do we use, Arch Labs? There's a lot of ways to install Arch with an easy installer. So I went with Manjaro because it's another huge popular one. So hello, Mr. Ashton Snap. Greetings. Michelangelo, still love your work. Like Debian and Pop OS. Myself, nothing against these two great distros. There you go. Yep. Running Manjaro right now. Often recommend Pop OS. Yep. Nick Hodson, greetings. Arch made easy is what I want. Installed Manjaro KDE a couple weeks ago. Loving it so far. Never tried Fedora. It's interesting to see what comes out these days. Yeah. Manjaro is a great distro. Been using it long before with Arch, just like Pop. Like Fedora too. Haven't tried it in a while. Yep. Good evening, Moonbase Alpha Grays. Ha 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 ha. I love that new name and profile pic. It's totally epic. Let's see. Pizza. How's it going there? I did Farron OS versus something. Did I do Farron versus Zorin, or did I do Farron versus something else? I don't remember. I thought I did Farron versus something. If I didn't do Farron versus something, then Farron versus Zorin sounds awesome. The Fedora ARM. There's a server ARM I found. I didn't find anything else in the Fedora world, but who knows? It's a server ARM, so see if you can just go ahead and just throw a desktop on it, I guess. Hello, Derek. Greetings. Right, let's see. Is it network? Yeah, I mean, it was Google. Everything was fine on all my end. OBS was pushing out the signal just right. It's just that Google was not accepting its stream key for some reason. Oh, well, we got it fixed out, so whatever. Must be conspiracy. That's right. At least we did not have to jump to a new stream. That's a good thing, because jumping streams is annoying. All right, let's see. Must be the peas and carrots I'm eating with A1 sauce is what YouTube doesn't like. That's possible. That's hard to like. I gotta say. Ridiculous content creators. YouTube's making hard. Well, I mean, every now and again. I mean, that's like the first stream in a long time. Like, I think we've had 2 streams in the last 6 months that we've had issues with. So, oh well. I'm not all that. I'm not going to rip on YouTube yet. I'm still highly irritated at both library and BitChute. Like the BitChute funny. Like, let's go on and continue on the fun discussion about BitChute, right? This is great. Let me see if I can pull up this comment feed here. This is just hilarious. So somebody posted me a comment couple, like 6 weeks back. I mean, it's been a while back, right? And so apparently what BitChute's supposed to do is it's supposed to take your videos on YouTube and then automatically post them to BitChute. At least Library is doing that mostly right. There's a few over there that have not transferred over. Like there's a whole stream that transferred 5 seconds of the stream. Like, really? I found out that, yes, you can indeed delete the library videos, which is good. And so I tried to reach out to the BitChute team, and I've been trying to reach out to the BitChute team for a long time. You see, people whine that YouTube's like, you can't reach anybody. No, you can reach somebody at YouTube. In fact, I can click on the help button at the top of my page and actually be chatting live with somebody here on YouTube. And I do find that, yes, they will help resolve issues. The thing is, though, is that BitChute has not been transferring videos properly. Now, I have 1,000 subscribers on BitChute, not exactly a super small channel. And, you know, I have hundreds of videos over there. And so I email them. I get no response. I pass them a tweet. I get no response. It's like they're just dead to the world. And so finally the other day, I send them a Twitter and a Gab because, like, hey, they're alternative tech. Let's try alternative tech, shall we? And so I went over on my Gab account and at BitChute. My videos from YouTube are not posting to BitChute as they used to. This has been going on for about 6 weeks. I've tried to reach out several times already. Any thoughts on this? Tuffy says, L. Sherwood, why do you use YouTube anyways? Fbook, Twitter, YouTube, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, we're all set up to corrupt CIA order everything out of U.S. Hillary took office. Hey, Tuffy. Perpetual moron. Let's see. YouTube's working. BitChute's not. YouTube I can reach. BitChute I can't. Why in the hell would I get rid of using YouTube when BitChute's not doing what BitChute's supposed to do and I can't reach anybody over there? Ooh. But it gets better. Theo Goodman says, censorship? Hey, whatever. Didn't really comment to that one. Thomas England, half truth is equal to a whole lie, just as half standing is equal to still sleeping. Wake up. Help draw attention to Linux, mobile, PureTube, or something worthwhile. If you insist on being on YouTube, then at least post there later, like a day later, and become a beacon of a go with the flow. Oh, he's got to read more. I don't even know if I did all the read more. Though not sure you will read this anyway, you appear to be here in name only. Really? I post on Gab like every day when I post a new video. What is this guy talking about? And so, once again, why would I jump over to all the alt tech? The alt tech does not respond to messages, does not fix problems, and actually does not want to actually respond. So I said, no, I will post to YouTube first because that is where people are at. I will happily tell people to come to BitChute, but YouTube is where they are when I tell them. FYI, this post is to ask BitChute why it is not working. Why in the world would I leave YouTube when it works correctly? That's exciting. And then I got another one. Charlie Brown is actually a viewer of the channel. Thank you for this comment. Switch to Linux and at YouTube. LOL, good luck with BitChute actually answering people. That means they have to admit the site has issues. STL, public source channel on BitChute is ripping off your content. Let's jump on over and have a look at this channel over here. You guys remember this video of mine? Oh, isn't this glorious? Wonderful little video of mine. This is the Tales, so the public source channel, 734 gains with 176 subscribers. Simply took my whole video and just basically posted it. There is a way I can flag a video. I can, of course, I have to log in for that, so I can't just flag a video if I don't have an account. So I checked the flagging videos. There's no way to say, hey, this is my content. So I said, you know what? I looked at the description down here, and when you actually look down and look at the description, they literally copied everything, all my tags, all my support links, all this kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what? I don't really care. So I left them a comment. You can find more of my videos on my own channel. Hey, look at that. Sounds good. You know, play with the trollers, I guess. But anyway, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. It's like, in theory, it's here, but it didn't transfer the thumbnail. I don't know. Of course, almost every video recently I've actually had to manually post, but now look at what happens over here. Is this video here is linked, and it's the same video as here because what happened is I posted it on YouTube. They're supposed to come from BitChute from YouTube over to BitChute. So then I post it up on BitChute because it's not transferring over. It accumulates 80 views, and then all of a sudden it shows up as if it just somehow just came out of the ether. So now I have to go through here and go back and look at this. Same thing over here. So it's recross posted. So I have to go back to BitChute and delete all of the old videos that cross-posted 3 weeks after they originally showed up on YouTube. Why in the hell would I stick with BitChute as my primary platform? It doesn't work, and I can't reach the morons over there. So if there's anybody from BitChute watching, it's not looking good, and I'm passing this out to lots and lots and lots of people on YouTube. And of course, YouTube's system's not working right now, so I can't actually tell how many people are watching. 66 at peak concurrent, but currently it tells me there's 0 people watching. I don't quite think that's accurate, but hey, by the time this comes out, I can get thousands of people to be dumping on you too. So anyway, BitChute, I hate it. But let's see. Terminal commands on Arch are not logical as on Debian. I don't know, maybe. Okay. Terminal commands are the same on every distro. Yeah, that's what I would agree with. Honestly. Maybe it's like SY is not as logical as install, if that's what you're talking about, but learn your package manager for your distro, I guess. Finally have my wife running Linux Mint 19.3 on her business laptop, but does have Windows 10 on a separate drive. Nice. Very cool. That is totally epic. Okay. Hello, Jan from the Netherlands. Greetings. Want to see Tom using BSD-based distro as a desktop? Nah, I just don't see it has enough support yet. Okay, what about library over YouTube? No, library is another one of these alt-start texts that's going to take over the whole world. I've actually am doing research into whether I should even block library on my network because of the open access availability of stuff that I don't want to access on my network. Furthermore, they're sending very smutty, unsolicited emails, and fortunately, the last one wasn't good. I sent a message out to their community team, and again, no response. No response. So I don't see library as a huge viable alternative either. On top of that, you know what, guys? I don't mess with cryptocurrency right now, and I don't really have time to sit there and learn from it. Hey, YouTube actually pays me the ad revenue in actual dollar bills versus libraries, whatever their tokens happen to be, that I can, in theory, transfer them over, and I'll get to it eventually, but no time soon. I see a lot of issues on library as well. I'm not as mad about it as I was a week ago. Hey, Pizza got an explicit library email as well. Hey, why should I be telling people when I have a young audience on my channel to go sign up for library when you're going to get practically, adult content in your inbox? I don't know. I get notifications every time DistroTube uploads to video to library. Not sure where you are in that. Well, I don't know. I'm on library. You can like my channel over there, and in theory, you'll get a notification, but I don't know. Not sure. Let's see. Tom or Derek, do you guys have any ideas of how to fix conflicting packages on Arch? I would ask DT, because while I do run Arch, I would know more about fixing Debian stuff. Okay, let's see. Problem with these alternatives platforms is that they are not popular as YouTube. Just tiny amount of users. Yeah, that's fine. Don't blow a vessel. Well, I want to blow a vessel. Come on, man. People like it when I blow a vessel. People like it when I blow vessels. Come on. You guys all watch the news for the fire. Admit it. I did experiments trying to not go on fire on the news, and the viewership drops. It's shocking. All right. Linux Mint Cinnamon versus Manjaro. Ooh, that sounds good. Where's my notebook? I'm going to write that down. Yeah. Yes. Manjaro Cinnamon versus Linux Mint Cinnamon. I'll write that one down. I will look into that. Okay. Also can't get my login to work on library, so I can't manage my channel on it. The YouTube alternative I've seen that has any effect is PeerTube, but even that, it's barely pea-sized chunk. Yeah. Had the F word in the email? Really? My lands. Was it the one F star 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 C star 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 one? Yeah, that email pissed me off. Stuck on loading decentralized data. Never gotten any out-of-line emails from library as of yet. Well, I have. I've gotten 2 of them. And I tried to reach out to them, and they just don't respond either. Rants are part of my brand. That's right. All right. Well, I think we will go ahead and dive on into this guy here, shall we? Let's go ahead and do this. Set up over there. I need that one set up, and we'll get started here. Hey, my YouTube panel's actually telling me that we have 78 people watching. All right. Checked out the latest Q4 OS. Not yet, no. It was that email, yeah. Tom rants. I just don't believe it. I'm telling you what. See, I have to rant here because I'm actually a very quiet person in real life. Insanely quiet in real life. I make almost no noise. And so when I got the camera on, I gotta go crazy and rant. It's like a completely different person when the camera's on. Go figure. I don't know. Impossible to install Black Arch distribution. Let's see. 14 shouldn't be getting those emails. That's right. Yeah. Any news about Lineage/Resurrection Remix? What news about them? I run them both. They're both running great on my systems. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to leave my comment there, and we'll get started here. Welcome back to switchedtolinux. This is the DistroWars, and we are going to be pitting Fedora against Manjaro. Somebody wanted to see Arch versus Fedora, and I thought about this. How do I best make this work? And I think that grabbing a very good, easy Arch system to pin up against a Fedora system of equal experience would probably be the best way to go. Now, the downside that I found is that the default for Manjaro is XFCE. The default for Fedora is GNOME. And so while both of the distros do have a spin with multiple different desktops, there's enough overlap. So what I decided to do is, since I've already looked at Manjaro with XFCE on a DistroWars, and I did look at Fedora with GNOME, I said, you know what, let's just go ahead and test out the Manjaro with GNOME pitted against the stock Fedora with GNOME. So, of course, let's jump on over to their websites first. On Fedora, getfedora.org, you can grab the workstation or the server. You have just your basic single download will get you your installation for your GNOME desktop. If you head on over to spins.fedoraproject.org, this is where you can find a variety of other builds. We have our Plasma, XFCE, LXQT, Mate, Cinnamon, LXDE, and SOAS. What's SOAS stand for again? I forget. That stands for something. I remember what it is. But anyway, so you can grab all those. Of course, over on Manjaro, you can head on to their main website, and there's Choosing Your Edition, XFCE, there's Plasma, there's GNOME, Architect. I believe that they have. I believe that they actually have some more. Like these ones are more official. There's some more non-official ones as well in the community. You can go with your awesome Beast Bomb, Budgie, Cinnamon, i3, LXDE, LXQT, Mate, and OpenBox. So there are a lot of other ones. There is a 32-bit for XFCE 1804. There's an ARM. Ooh, look at this tech. If you didn't see this one, there's specifically for your Pinebook Pro. They have a Plasma and an XFCE. There's Raspberry Pis, Raspberry Pi 4, Rock Pi. So there's a lot of different builds. So both of these do have a lot of decent support. You're going to have, both of them are going to be easy to install, easy to set up. Now, the installation process itself, Fedora has more of an OEM install, meaning you basically get it installed and you set up your user and a lot of the other accessory things on the first boot of the system. Manjaro has a traditional Linux installer. I think it's the Calamaris installer. I could be wrong about that. But when you install it, it's pretty much a standard install. The one difference that Manjaro has now is you can choose no Office Suite, LibreOffice, or I think it's SoftMaker Office. There's a third Office choice that you have in there. So you can choose one of those. That caused a little bit of controversy among the Manjaro community when they said, hey, we're getting rid of LibreOffice and going with this one, but it was a proprietary build, and that caused a little bit of a ruckus. And so, to their credit, the Manjaro community did listen to that feedback, and they gave us the option of LibreOffice, the other suite, or no Office suite at all. When I ran my installation with LibreOffice because Fedora also runs LibreOffice. So with that, we are going to go ahead and jump in, and let's go ahead and have a look at Fedora first, shall we? So I'm going to go ahead and boot this guy up, and then we'll see what happens. We're back down to 0 viewers again because YouTube can't keep their system straight. All right. All right, so here we are on the login screen for Fedora. These are in a virtual machine. They all will work full screen. They may not all boot that way necessarily. So when you come into Fedora, your default is going to be Wayland. You can also go back to Xorg. I have found on a virtual machine, Xorg is definitely the best way to run the system. So we're going to log in with that just to have the best performance on the virtual machine. Depending on your hardware, you can have Fedora or excuse me, Wayland or Xorg. Now, depending on which system you're using, like Fedora, if you want to run Wayland, I think Fedora is definitely one of the best distributions to do that. I do not know where Manjaro lies in the middle of all that. But here we are on Fedora, so we can see our nice little wallpaper here, our desktop. So before we dive too far in, let's go ahead and have a look at all of the versions and things that we have. So if we head on over to our details, you can see we're on Fedora 31. This is the current version. We are at GNOME 3.34.1. And is the Linux kernel here? I don't think the Linux kernel is listed here. No, it's not. All right, we can track down what the Linux kernel happens to be. So that's what we are working with. First, let's go ahead and have a look if there is a system monitor and see what type of RAM and resources are being used out of the box. So right now we're running on 1.3 gigs of RAM, which is pretty high. Especially for GNOME 3.34. It is snappy though, so the fact that it's running higher in system RAM is not super concerning to me. Let's see. So we are running 5.3.7-301 is our kernel version inside of Fedora. Now, one of the things that you get with Fedora is you do have, they use a very strict free and open source platform. So on default, you're going to get extremely only open source, which if that's your niche or demographic, you're going to like Fedora better. Now, in previous versions of Fedora, there were massive lists of like the 25 things you need to do to make Fedora functional after you install it. Fortunately, most of those are now gone, and that we do have a nice option here to enable the third-party repositories right on first boot of the Software Center. So that is actually something that we have. You can see that our updates, there's 29 updates available. If we have a look at our software repositories, we're going to have to give it a second here to update the cache and things. But what we'll be able to see is that there are some other repositories. So if you wanted to use Google Chrome, you want to come down here and enable this repository. There's a few other options here. So if you're running non-free NVIDIA driver support over here, you can enable that. We do have the RPM Fusion for Steam. You can enable that if you need Steam to run. We do have, by default, we have Fedora. There are some test updates. So if you wanted to use this and mess around with Fedora testing, you can go ahead and enable those repositories so you can test that system. Now, with Fedora, it does not have a rolling release model. Like Manjaro has a rolling model. You install Manjaro, and in theory, you never have to reinstall it. You just install the updates as they go by. With Fedora, you install the updates, but then every few months or whatever, when they release it, I think it's every 6 or 9 months or something, when they release a new version of Fedora, you generally have to wipe the system, restart. There are ways to update the system. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So I know several Fedora users I know, because it's so easy in Linux, just take a copy of your home folder, wipe the drive, reinstall the new version, drop your home folder back on. You really haven't lost much time. So with Fedora, though, you don't have the full rolling model, but as every few months when it does roll and release a new version, you are getting the absolute latest of everything. It's not like Debian where it rolls about as fast as a glacier. So having a look, probably our Firefox is probably going to be the most recent. Well, this one here, since this is last released, I think in October, this probably is going to be a slightly older version of Firefox, simply because I have not run system updates. If I run system updates, this is going to be the most recent version. I do want to have a look at LibreOffice. So we do have LibreDraw, Calc, and Press. It looks like we do not have databasing built in out of the box. We do have a lot of your built-in GNOME apps. So we have our Contacts app, or I thought I saw our calendar app. We have a calendar app somewhere. Oh, there it is. We have our calendar app. We have our boxes enabled here. There's our software repository, our weather. We have a variety of tools and utilities nicely tucked into this utilities folder, which is very nice out of the way. Let's go ahead and have a look at our LibreOffice. I want to check our versions and function of this. This, I suspect, should also be the latest version. Of course, it might still be on 6.2 just because of when this says, no, it's 6.3. Okay. So despite just not running updates for a while. So this is the version. If you do want to use the tabbed interface, you can come over here to user interface. Well, you should be able to. Am I having a bug? There it is. All right, so we can go ahead and do our tabbed interface over here if you do like that. No, I don't want to see the release notes. Thank you. So you can come over here and you can get your basic tabbed layout if you happen to like that viewpoint. So that's something that is new inside of here. Of course, you can come back over to your traditional layout here. And let's go ahead and check see if our spelling checker is functioning right. And it is indeed functioning correctly. We have our plugins working. And one of the things I really like about Fedora is the theming is nice and consistent. All throughout, it does look nice. Every application here, at least that it has installed by default, does look nice. I'm not sure what's going to happen if you install something like, Kden Live may not look quite as good. So with that, though, let's go ahead and have a quick look at our settings again. We have our date, time, default applications. Is there no default? Is there no, it looks like we do not have any default mail application on here. So they did not give us, they used to give us Evolution out of the box. It looks like they don't do that anymore, but they don't give us Thunderbird either. So we're stuck with no email application out of the box. So not sure if that means anything to you or not. We have a variety of Fedora-themed wallpapers and a few other generic GNOME wallpapers as well. This is the newer version, so you can add a photo from your own personal library here as well. So that's a nice option. Of course, you can fine-grain, change your notifications, search functions, all the different things. All this is going to be very similar to what we'll see in Manjaro. The only question is which version of our GNOME are we actually using. So that is Fedora. Overall, looks pretty good. You have the Wayland and Xorg options. We have, very recent packages on everything. And it's not going to roll everything, but every 9 months or so, it's either 6 or 9 months, you're going to get a new version of Fedora. Everything's going to work well for you. And you can re-enable those third-party repositories, all those types of things. You might have to fight with media codecs and things like that on Fedora. That's something I didn't test inside the video, but that might be something you have to fight with. So anyway, let's go ahead and have a look at what Manjaro looks like. So we'll be right back onto that desktop next. All right, we'll have a look at a few comments here while this is shutting down, repowering up. Okay. Do you think NVIDIA support will be better? I don't know. Calling it paying the rent. Oh, wait. Lewis Black has already. Uh-oh. Inner Tranquility says hello to DistroTube. Hello, both of you guys. No noise, only exploding with anger like a volcano. Coffee and DistroWars. My night is almost complete. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, I've already had my 2 cups of coffee. And I ran out of water, too. So, oh, well. Tried the desktop version of the library yet. I have, and it's pretty cool. I'm running the... I don't know if I'm running the flat pack of it or not, but I do have the library desktop client. Yes. Is it possible to install all distribution tools, Black Arch on a distribution Manjaro, Raspberry Pi 4? Let's see. I don't mind. Let's see. Where'd that go? All right. I don't find it productive nor interesting as a DE. I think it's too basic. Yeah, that's my problem with GNOME. I'm not a fan of GNOME. Fedora's installer is the worst ever. Probably the biggest negative. I don't really mind the Fedora installer. Huh. So, is there a durability for Raspberry Pi 4 to load Black Arch tools? I do not know. Don't think Fedora's installer is bad, just different. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I don't know, 90 people in, 97 on. Greetings, guys. Stick around. We'll be up to Manjaro next. Let me just feed through a few of these comments here. Gonna have a look over on Discord as well. We're running on Discord. Let's see. We have Nightshades over there. Tech Kabadashi. Greetings. Greetings, greetings. Everyone's just saying hi. Hi, Ma. Hi, Pa. Hey, Bob. Hello, Billy Bob. Too much white. Yeah, it might be a little too white. I think I already addressed. I was running it on Xorg. By default, it runs Wayland. Okay, let's see. How about some sort of recital on a live stream? There you go. I finally threw away the trumpet I was hauling around from house to house to house to house to house. Like, I carried this trumpet around like 6 different houses I lived in, never touched it once. Like, you know what? Let's just throw this stupid thing away, you know? I mean, really. Okay. Compose any music sources yourself? All right, let's see. Google Chrome is awesome and totally recommend. Sarcasm, by the way. Yeah. About the privacy tabs, Google is planning on implementing, and I'm not sure they're super privacy. Privacy from everyone but Google tabs. That's what they should be called. Giving me privacy tab is like the bubonic plague offering me a flu shot. Amen to that. All right. Fedora does a bad thing to your hard drive versus Manjaro. Lets you swap but hides it by default. Okay. Transformation completed before the summer. CJ's still turning you down, man. CJ's still turning you down. I'm petitioning for you, but he keeps on shooting me down, man. Discord for patrons only. No, there's you can access. Can somebody drop a Discord link in there for anybody who's not on Discord? There is one Patreon only chat board in there, but nothing else. The rest of it's open. Kali Links loves me. Thank you, to borrow from Garth, right? All right. Let's go ahead and have a look at Manjaro. Nightshade, by the way. Are you poisonous? Nightshade's poisonous. Nightshade is the plant witches used to feed the little children to convince the family they placed a curse on them. Did you guys know that? It's also, there's only 2 plants in that family. The other one's tomato. Alrighty. just waiting for it to boot. I should have started the boot process a while back, because now nobody's saying anything. So now I'm just sitting here just talking into dead space. Let's see. Hello, the Hollow Knight. Greetings. You did great work. All right. To both me and DistroTube, why, thank you, Inner Tranquility. Hello, James Miller. Greetings, greetings. All right. Let's go ahead and jump on into this guy here. And here we are on the login screen for Manjaro. You'll notice it's pretty much the same. So if we click in over here, let's check our gear. It looks like we have GNOME and GNOME Classic. So I don't know if this is Wayland or X. I have no idea. Let's just go ahead and log in. Maybe somebody in the comments will be able to tell me that. I don't follow Manjaro enough to know. My intuition says it's going to be X. Just because I know that Manjaro does function pretty well. This is actually the first time I've looked at the GNOME Manjaro, so this is the first thing we notice right out of the box. They do give us a very nice welcome screen. We have README, release information, forums, there's applications, link. So this is a very nice installer tool, nice and categorized if you want Brave, Chromium, Firefox is already installed, Midori, Opera. Hey, we do have Evolution installed by default. Oh, my hero. I love that. My favorite email client. We do have a few other options here as well. As far as your Office suites, I did install LibreOffice. The other one, I think OnlyOffice is the other one that you had the option to choose from. You can see we have 151 available updates to install. So we do get a nice pop-up here in the system without having to load up the package manager, by the way. Office applications, there's a variety of things here. So this here is a very nice, just a very simple installer tool for the most common software and applications. We'll have other options as well. Here is our add remove software, which this one should be POMIC. We can also run our system updates over here. Again, it's telling us we have 151 different updates to do. So we're not going to run these right now, but you can kind of see what every update happens to be. You could click on it for more details and information on this individual package. You can remove it, reinstall it, or apply the update. You can also go back over into our all, and we can come in here and look for any packages that we are looking for. And if we head on over to our preferences tab here, that pop-up was very reminiscent of Windows-like behavior, wasn't it? You can come over here and you can just have a look at the various options. So we have repositories. We can enable the Arch user repository, which we can turn on, turn off if we want to. We do have Snap. If you want to run Snap packages, you can go ahead and enable that over there. So that is actually a really nice feature and function of the system out of the box. Also, let's just comment on the theming. I think the theming here is a little bit nicer. We do have this Ubuntu type theming to it, where we just, in fact, it pretty much is kind of looking like an Ubuntu build, basically. So this is what we get. I do think the theming on this is a lot better overall. Now let's go ahead and dive in and just have a look at a couple of the early things that we did on Fedora as well. So we are running GNOME version 3.34.2. I can't remember what the last one was. Was that 1 or 2? So I think this is the same GNOME version. Let's go ahead and boot this guy up. Let's have a look at our kernel. We're running 5.4, so a newer kernel if you are looking for that. Looks like HTOP is not installed by default. Let's see if there is some type of system monitor installed. Okay, we have the same system monitor installed. We're using 1.1 gig of RAM this time, so about the same RAM usage as we had on Fedora. Also out of the deep box, just looking at what's in our panel up here, we have Caffeine is actually installed and already on the panel, so we can enable Caffeine. This is really good. So if you're unaware of Caffeine, this is an application that will suspend your lock screen. So if you're watching YouTube videos and you're having a problem with the videos, not triggering the system to not go into sleep mode. You can enable caffeine for the period of time and then just disable it. You can tell very quickly there's little steam coming out of your cup of coffee, so that means that it's on. So in this mode, this screensaver will never kick on. If we go ahead and turn it off, now your screensaver will kick off. We also have a notification of how many updates the system is looking for. Here we have our Firefox. Let's have a look at the other applications installed here. So under our accessories, there are a lot more applications, as you can see. Let me pull up this menu here as more like what we saw over in Fedora. So you can see out of the box, there are a lot more applications installed. So if you consider this bloat, you will probably hate this. If you do not consider this bloat, you will probably love this. So we don't have our nice tool. Now, in fairness, a lot of these types of things are all in that one condensed folder on Fedora. So while it looks massive, it's not as massive. It is massive. It's just not as massive. We do have a lot of the same basic GNOME applications installed out of the box. We do have Steam installed out of the box, apparently. So let's go ahead and load up Steam, see what that looks like. And let's see if there's anything else over here we want to look at specifically. Nothing else, really. It's going to be pretty much the same. Now, of course, your difference is how you're managing your packages. Fedora uses DNF, and Manjaro uses Pacman with Pamuk as a GUI build for it. We clicked that Steam, and it's not seeming to load Steam. Not sure what's up with that. Oh, there it goes. Now Steam's loading. And I'm going to try this when maybe I'll try it after we record the live part of the video. I'm going to test and see if the Steam game I've been trying to works on Manjaro. It's something I've wanted to try for a while since we already have it. We have time shift, so you can do a good backup for your applications. Various system tools. Let's also go ahead and have a look at our LibreOffice. We do have the complete LibreOffice suite, so there's more LibreOffice applications installed on this system than we had on the other system as well. And so both of these are going to be pretty good. If the Steam's going to sit there and annoy me now that we booted it up, right? All right. All right, so let's get LibreOffice started. And mind you, 2 applications are running, and Steam is always this crazy, annoying application to run. So, all right, there we are. So, about LibreOffice, we are running 6.2. So we actually do have an older version of LibreOffice, but again, in fairness, this version of Manjaro is a little bit older, and so I've not run system updates. My guess is if we run those system updates, LibreOffice is going to update to the absolute latest. Just an FYI. So out of the box on this install, because the ISOs have not refreshed for quite a while, this one is a little bit older for now, but when we run those updates, that's probably going to go away. So that is Manjaro in a nutshell. Which one is better? Which one is worse? Well, if you want a more user-friendly, out-of-the-box experience, just perfect working, functioning out of the box, Manjaro is definitely the way you're going to go. There have been some reports about Manjaro breaking itself after a period of time because Arch every now and again does that. Usually the fixes are pretty well known and pretty well documented, so you should be able to fix it with just minimal computer competency. Definitely you can ask around in, either in my Discord server on the troubleshooting section or in Manjaro forums. You could go over there and, get the help that you might need on that. Fedora is going to be, it's a little bit different beast. If you're more of you don't want anything installed on your system out of the box and you want to go with only free and open source software, then Fedora is going to be your thing. You're going to have a little bit more granular control over there versus Manjaro. So those are kind of things. Which one wins? Well, that's kind of up to you. Each one has its own different purposes. I like the theming and the overall user friendliness in Manjaro quite a bit better. I have run both Manjaro and Fedora in production for periods of time. I've always liked Manjaro a little bit better. So those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about either of these distributions in the comments down below. All right. Now that you guys can't see the screen, I'm going to log into Steam over here. And, of course, it's going to send me an email. I'm going to have to log into the email. Let's see if I can even remember the password to this thing. I feel like that's not right. Is that right? Dang it. I think that one might be right. Let's try that. All right. Now I'm just waiting for an email to come in. All right, let's see. Hello, Ma. Hello, Pa. Hello, Bob. All right. Comments. Fedora means bad smell in Portuguese. Oh, boy. What if they know that? Kind of like the old... They couldn't never figure out why that Chevy Nova was not a big seller in Mexico, you know? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. All right. Okay, let me just enter this code in over here. Next. Finish. Steam must be looking at my stuff going, who is this crazy hacker? This guy downloads, like, he has run Steam on, like, 15 different computers all simultaneously, you know? All right, we're going to go ahead and download that game, see if it actually plays, because I have found that the only system I can get this game to run on is Linux Mint 18. Let's see. Manjaro GNOME runs on X. Okay. How to use GNOME? I would definitely use it on Manjaro. Evolution is OP. That's right. If you can choose between LibreOffice and you can choose. Yes, I did say that. Yep. Well, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was only Office for you. I don't know which one it was. It's LibreOffice and something that sucks. Okay, can we agree with that? All right. Oh man, I'm gonna irritate somebody. All right. Okay. I never understand. Is Pamuk a package manager or a store? It is a GUI. Thank you, DistroTube. Yes, it is a GUI for Pac-Man. See you later, Gabby. Snap is new for me. Oh. Pamuk can manage AUR as well. Yes. There's an option in Manjaro to go vanilla GNOME. Very cool. To install Internet Download Manager on Manjaro. What? Okay. Can't live in GNOME without extensions. Manjaro knows that. Yeah, there is a minimal version of Manjaro GNOME as well. I did see that. If I was worried about bloat, I probably wouldn't run GNOME. True that. I agree there. Okay, Pop! OS has no bloat if you want Debian-based Ubuntu with GNOME environment. All right. Okay. Yeah, I just don't have the ability to drop the Discord link right here because I'm not logged into Discord on this particular computer. Tech, are you still around? Anybody around that can can drop a Discord invite in there for me? I'd appreciate it. Okay. Can you stream Steam games in Linux? You know, I don't know enough about Steam. I've been trying for about a month now to try and get this one game to work on Steam that is technically a Linux available game, and I cannot get it to run anywhere but Linux Mint. It's like your cat has used the chair a lot. Yes. Find a better handler than CJ. No, CJ is assigned. Right, CJ? He's staring at me now. He's like, are you talking to that guy again? No, you should be able to post links. If not, just post, post it in quotes or something. Thank you, Kali Linux. I appreciate that you love me. JRKDE is a bit leaner than the GNOME version. Tried to drop a Discord link, but it looks like I don't have the right permissions. Thank you, Joe. Hopefully that works. Alright, let's see. It's still downloading that game. Let's see if it works. Think about removing GNOME from the official flavors and adding cinnamon. Well, that would be cool. As long as there's an unofficial for those that actually want it. Manjaro cinnamon is one of the most loved. I think I'm still recording. Am I still recording? No, I'm not. I stopped my recording button. Bought a game a couple months back, Linux compatible, and just would not load. Contacted Steam for a refund, and they promptly refunded me. Yeah, I don't really play video games. This is one that I can play with my brother. I'd like to get it to run. Like what I might end up just doing is building out a bigger Windows virtual machine and just running it in there when I want to play with my brother. So, But it's Worms WMD. There's even some threads specifically about how to get the game to work. I have tried literally everything. We're just completely clueless how to get this thing to run. But it runs on Linux Mint 18.3. It doesn't seem to run on Linux Mint 19.3. Although I only tried it on a virtual box in Linux Mint 19.3, so I don't know if that makes a difference or not. It's getting there. It's almost there. Go, game, go. Go, game, go. CJ, I love kittens and pet them. Hey, CJ, he loves kittens and pets them. You want to come over? Want to come over? Come here. He's over here mocking me. He's like, yeah. All right, yeah, there's another Discord link. All right, let's see. Let's see if this thing plays or not. We'll try playing the normal one first. Nope. 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 No functionality in Steam. Very sad. Kitty, it's sad, Kitty. Come on. Come here. What do you think, huh? You want to grant any morph's request or not? He's like, dude, no. Are you beaming stuff into my head now? Are you? Yeah? All right. Let's see. Okay. Lenny has nice Manjaro cinnamon guide for new users. Not current, but I like the video still. Very good. Okay. The one computer it works on it's an integrated Intel graphics. It's on an i5. I've tried the A8 computer a few times. Place, I've been using a computer for about 5 years. Me and Windows don't get along. Need some programs or something to learn Linux. There you go. Dog ate our cat. Does that make me a bad person? No, it makes your dog a bad person, but not you. Linux Lite tore me away from Windows. Best decision ever. Nice. Very cool. Cinnamon Manjaro. There, the website. I think Endeavor OS had cinnamon. All right. Time's up. Thanks for the stream. All right, Bron. We'll see you later. Oh, see, Inner Tranquility's on the same wavelength. Try and install the game with Lutris. It's a native Linux Steam game. Shame how Steam won't work for you. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, let's go ahead and feed the kitty, and then I think we'll call her a night. I think. Let's go ahead and whoa. There you go. All right, buddy cat. Come on, dude. Don't moon everybody. Don't greet everybody. Okay, come here. Right here. Yeah, we got some paw. Whoa! Got some paw, and he's like, yeah, I caused an avalanche here. There you go, buddy. And you're going to do one more over here, kitty. Huh, there you are. Yay. There you are. It is Worms WMD. Right, kitty. Right, buddy. You a happy cat. All right, yeah. He's like, dude, just give me more kitty treats. All right, let's see. iGPU, yeah. Let's see. Guessing game to guess the game. It's Worms WMD is the game. Try launching the game with the Steam runtime compatibility. Yes, we have tried about every possible way to run the game. So it's what's it throwing? What is the? If Pizza were on, he could probably tell you what the package was. He was trying to help me get it working as well. Yeah. So I forget which one it is. You run it in the terminal, it'll tell you what the error is, and I can't remember what that error happens to be, but call the ASPCA. That kitty's being obviously mistreated. That's right. He's like, I got my kitty treats. I'm out of here. They'll show up, though, and he's going to turn to his alien form and scare him to death or something. Okay. Oh, Pizza just sent me a message telling me how to talk to the library team. Let's see what he says there. Where'd he send that at? General chat. Oh, okay. Apparently there's a apparently you need to chat with library on their server. Okay, let's go ahead and chat over there. Let's see what we can get. Okay, try enabling Proton in the Steam options. Enabling Proton. Okay, how do I enable Proton in the Steam options? Let me boot it up over on my other native Arch system. Tell me how to boot up Proton in the Steam options, and I'll give that a try and see what we come up with. Of course, it's going to take like 5 minutes for Steam to load on that computer, so. I think that just kind of right-click on the game. There's options in there. I think that's where that is. I don't know. I don't play games on Steam. I don't understand this stuff. I'm a boomer, man. Okay, boomer. All right. Okay, so it's right-click. Yeah, tell me how to enable that, and I'm not seeing that settings. Okay, so let's see. Okay, view settings. Okay, view settings. Need to enable Steam Play so you can play non-Linux games using Proton. Okay, also need to enable Steam Play. So Steam Play is already enabled. I'm going to check it for enable Steam Play for all other titles as well. Okay, so there's run with Steam Linux Runtime, run with Proton. Let me just go ahead and switch that over to Proton and push OK. Restart Steam and we'll see if that works. I did not try that setting before. Okay, Boomer, Solitaire's my game. Hey, man, I play some good Solitaire, too. Hello, Anna Rita. We are just wrapping up here. I'm just testing some things on Steam. Right-click the game, go to the game properties, and force compatibility tool. All right, let me try this change here first, though. What in the world are you doing? No, I don't want to go to the store. My God, I hate Steam. Steam sucks, by the way. Okay, I just reset it, and now it's like, it's not allowing me to go to my library. Okay, there's my library. Found it. Jeesh. Try this. Nope. Try this. Nope. That doesn't do it either. See if email with confirmation. Yes, I added you to the list. I'm going to wait for the... I'm going to go ahead and wait for the end of next week to start sending that out because I'm going to ask anybody in the Christian Writers Network if they want to read it as well. It's not a Christian book. It's just that's a writers network that I'm part of in town locally here. So the book is a science fiction book. It's just a pure secular science fiction book. It is under the category of speculative fiction. And I'm looking for beta readers, looking for about 20 people who will read the book and give me back the comments. We want about a 1 month turnaround. It's 55,000 words. And I'm going to divide it into 4 sections. When you give me the feedback on a section, I'll give you the next section right away. And so that is what we're talking about. Let me go ahead and drop the link in for you guys as well. So if anybody's interested in being a beta reader for the science fiction book, there is the link. It gives you a brief list of requirements, the about the book, and just fill out the email form. So I have a list of the emails there, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that. Steam wants now the information, even though you're using a gift card. Why? I gave it a gift card. I did not have to give it information. I mean, I didn't have to give it anything significant anyway. Couldn't drop a link. Yeah, I think Joe got it. So, all right. Well, I'll have to look around other things to try running Steam. I'm gonna try it on Pop OS because that seems to work well as well. Thank you, Linux Light. Let's see, Linux Light. Thank you for that, for the Buy Tom a New Chair Fund. Oh boy, if we started Buy Tom a New Chair Fund, I might actually have to go out and buy a new chair, shouldn't I? Oh man, all right. You're gonna force my hand. You're gonna force me to go out and buy a new chair now that you've already put $5 into it. So yes, we will start a buy a Tom a new chair fund. So if anybody wants to support the channel, we'll buy Tom a new chair. Anyway, can my wife give feedback as well? Yes, yes. So if you guys just want to read it together and get me your own comments back and forth, that's fine. That is cool. This welcome to wine team has been tried on Salient. I did try it on Salient. It doesn't work. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ubuntu W systems are not the future of Linux gaming. Well, is Tom the cat? No, the cat's over here. The cat's already had his kitty treats though, so you know. Go in with Tux Digital and get a stool. There we are. I could do that. Yeah. Fedora also has not problems with 32-bit libs. Has or has not? I don't know. Anyway, if anybody else has any other ideas on how to get this silly game running, let me know. We're going to wrap up here of the night. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And don't forget, you can have a look at all of the links down below and help support the channel in all those different ways. We will catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.